One of the common questions that I see most podcasters having is how to effectively promote their podcast and find new listenership. Now, uh, something that you might want to keep in mind is that there is no one size fits all method in podcasting. Now, podcast promotion is all about being innovative. While some of the common methods like audiograms and promoting it on social media, etc., work, the problem with most of these methods is that people expect these methods to bring in loads of traffic, and that doesn't necessarily happen because these methods don't bring in a lot of traffic. In fact, they bring in only a trickle of traffic. So you will have to look at least 10 different methods and combine them to find any considerable traffic coming into your show. While the most prominent method to drive traffic is search engine optimization, which helps in podcast discovery and getting ranked on the directories and referral traffic. These other methods can also help you bring in a lot of traffic. You need to supplement these primary methods with these other methods if you want traffic. Else, you will stay stuck with the normal methods, and you won't get the kind of traffic that you are expecting. What are these supplemental methods? Some methods that I found to be very effective are one is podcast swaps. Now, if you can find a podcaster who is ready to swap, who has a similar audience like that of yours, I mean the audience size, you don't necessarily need to find a podcast in the similar niche, because that is not how it really works. Because podcasters, anybody listening to a podcast is an audience, and they might have varied interests. They might like different topics. So you necessarily don't need to find podcasts that are in the same niche to do a podcast swap. You can find podcasts that have a similar kind of audience. Maybe check with them to see how many downloads they get. So if it's about 1,000 odd downloads, they'll be more than happy to swap podcasts with you. Then swap podcasts with them, record a short maybe trailer or a promo for your podcast, and swap it with them. This is one of the best ways to get new audience. Another good way to get newer audience is to look for some of these micro communities like that on Reddit. You'll be able to find them on Facebook, on Quora. So there are these communities where you will find a lot of your listeners hanging out. And if you can find some of these communities and effectively share your podcast episodes there, don't be spammy. Engage in conversations, and periodically, wherever it makes sense, add a link to your podcast episode. You will be able to gain a lot of podcast listeners from these simple methods. Another very effective method that I've found is to use referrals from your existing listeners. Now, this is something that a lot of us don't do because we think that there might not be a lot of goodness that we might get from that. But if you can, and you should, add a CTA to your podcast episodes, asking your existing listeners to share your episodes with their friends, families, or anybody who they think might benefit from it, there is a possibility of a lot of people sharing it. And if you can make that sharing easier, like for example, give them a very simple link to remember, that sharing can be even more effective. And if you can incentivize it, then nothing like it. Then there is a possibility of a lot of people sharing your episodes with their close friends, relatives, and acquaintances. So you need to be a little innovative to see how you can get new listeners and grow your podcast. Try some of these methods. I've put together a very simple PDF cheat sheet with 10 innovative podcast promotion method. You can download it from the link that is there in the description box below. Go ahead, check it out. download it and try using some of those methods. I'm sure you will get a lot of new listeners and you'll be able to generate a lot of traffic to your podcast using that. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so that you stay updated with all of the latest videos that I release. I talk a lot about podcasting, side hustle, making money online. So this is a channel where you'll be able to get a lot of practical tips to implement all of those. That's all that I have. See you again. This is Dilip signing off.